Welcome to the Crafty Boys. What else do you need to know? Not a lot, really.
No.
Just you have to recognize
We're
how
together.
awesome we are. And yeah, we're in the
We're
same
in the
location.
same room.
We're kind of hoping our compatriot will appear. I don't know where he is, but hopefully he will show up at some point. So, we have beer. We actually went to the store and bought beer specifically for the show.
Mm-hmm.
I don't remember what beer that was.
Well, yeah. So we're actually going to do 2 beers because we're going to be splitting them. So who wants to
That's
have
right.
half a beer? Right?
I have a glass.
So I think we'll start with this one. So this is from a brewery called Wild Eye Brewing. And where are they located?
Wild Eye Brewing is located in the location.
It's in North Vancouver.
Yeah, there we go.
They're located in the
I think I actually do that.
So it's their Marshmallow Fluff Hazy IPA. This is what it looks like on the can there. I saw this and I was like, oh my god, marshmallow fluff and beer? Like, this is a thing?
I'm dying to try this one because
All right.
I know nothing about it.
Okay.
Other than it has actually their artwork for both actually Bridge Brewing, like we were looking at earlier today, and Wild Eye. Wild Eye's got some cans that are actually a little more interesting than this one, but there was some pretty strong can artwork.
There was
this today, and I was impressed. So I certainly hope that it continues because we've had some cans that are kind of boring lately. Except for the ones that Locke is getting. Locke is getting some cans that are actually quite good.
Well, that's Ontario for you.
So let's see. What does it say? Anything on here? Of anything of note? Cloud soft and pillowy. This hazy IPA swirls with creamy marshmallow fluff and juicy hops. Peach, pineapple, and vanilla sweetness meet a citrusy zing in every dreamy sip. Indulgent, smooth, and unapologetically fluffy. Brewed with crystal clear North Shore water, malted barley wheat, hops, yeast, marshmallow, vanilla, and lactose.
It's filled with hope.
It's filled with hope. So the alcohol by volume is 6.5%, and the hop flavor is pretty strong. So I expect the international beer units are probably pretty high. We're talking probably in the 60s, I would think. I have just texted Locke. I don't know what's going on there. I think he's having problems with his internet again. But here we go. First, clink.
Clinky, clinky.
Mm-hmm. Okay, I can taste something that I think might be marshmallow.
I do.
It's definitely
like toasted marshmallow.
You can't smell it though. There's no real aromatic.
Have you ever smelled a marshmallow?
It's a good point. No.
No, I mean I don't know what a
yes.
marshmallow would smell like.
But you're right. This does taste like a toasted one.
I'm actually really liking this.
This one surprises me.
I'm shocked
because it's not overpowering.
No,
and that's always been my complaint about some of those beers that we've had in the past, where they are. Remember Cake?
Yeah,
and those ones. Adventurous idea. Not really my thing, because there was way too sweet, and but this one, it's mild. It goes away right away too. That's kind of what I'm really.
There is no aftertaste. It's like you taste it immediately as soon as it hits the tongue, and then boom, gone.
And then it's gone. No, I totally. It's hitting me right there. Sorry, I'm just looking for Locke. Oh, there he is. He's arrived. Hello.
Yes, here we go.
I didn't realize you were there.
Yeah.
Are you doing well?
Yeah, I'm doing all right.
I
think
can't even hear him.
I can't hear him.
You can't hear me.
To make sure our earbuds.
Hold on.
Thing.
Audio settings.
This-
I,
I-
I,
I- 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 I-
this may be an hour problem.
Can you say some words?
Saying words now.
Oh,
Words,
it
words,
is
words.
our problem. I can see right away. Now say some words.
There we go.
More words.
There we go.
There we go. Now we can hear you.
All right, nice.
How you doing, Locke?
How am I doing? Not terrible. Yeah, I'm up in tiny Ontario.
Okay.
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
It's on Georgian Bay. It's on what part of Georgian Bay is called Kawaja Beach.
Nice.
Um,
What are you doing up there? Are you holidaying?
yes, I'm hanging out with Evadna and the family, and
Nice.
yeah, just took the dog for a walk, saw the stars. It's
Oh,
nice.
kick ass.
Yeah.
Yeah, I guess- that's the one thing that we don't get around here in Victoria and Vancouver is that ability to actually go somewhere where there's no light pollution. Or very
Huh.
little.
Yeah.
Because then you realize there's an entire galaxy just waiting. So the beer, by the way, I'm sorry, I didn't realize you were in the thing. But the beer we had or are drinking right now is Wild Eye Marshmallow Fluff Hazy IPA.
Okay.
It actually has, when you first take a swig, it tastes like a marshmallow, like a toasted marshmallow, and then
Okay.
that dissipates really quickly, and then you get
And
the
you're
hop,
left with the
the
beer.
hop back end, which is
Yeah.
nice.
It's
Very
interesting.
surprising. Very surprising.
That sounds interesting. Yeah.
It's actually quite good. Like, I'm kind of shocked.
Yeah, so am I.
Like, I kind of got it on a bit of a larf. But,
Yeah.
no, this is
Is it-
surprisingly tasty.
Is it sweet on the back end, or is it?
No,
Does it finish dry?
no,
Not at all.
it's dry.
Huh. That is
It's not
cool. Now,
overpowering in the least. The flavor. In
now,
fact,
now when
it's
you
subtle.
when you
The
say
marshmallow is
toast,
subtle, yeah, definitely.
when you say that it's a toasted marshmallow flavor,
Yes.
did they toast the malt?
I don't think so.
It is entirely possible they did, but this definitely is very much a marshmallow tone. I mean, maybe the malt's playing into it.
They probably just threw marshmallow fluff into it, or if there's marshmallow extract, I don't even know if that's a thing.
You never know. It could very well be.
It's not widely known,
Oops.
but marshmallows were a treat, essentially innovated by the ancient Egyptians. And what they were literally a marsh flower that they would make a kind of confection out of.
Okay.
Yeah. Whether modern marshmallows still use that botanical to achieve the flavor, I do not know, and I'm guessing probably not. But
Yeah.
but that is the origin. Ancient Egyptians.
That's weird.
Mm.
You know, I've never really thought too much about where marshmallows come from. Like,
Mm.
you know,
They come from the sugar man.
they come from the sugar man. But I mean, whoever thought, I've got this sugar. I'm going to make something fluffy and white and call it a marshmallow.
I always think of Star Trek V. I do believe it's
I'm
called
pretty
a
sure I always
marshmallow.
think of Ghostbusters, but
Yeah. Same. All right, Locke, what are you drinking, my good man?
what I am drinking this evening is Innocent Guns Tequila Cask Blonde.
Okay.
Now, I'm assuming that this is true Canada-wide, but certainly in Ontario, our liquor stores do not carry any American products anymore.
Same in BC, but it's not a Canada-wide thing.
Oh, okay, interesting. But as a result, what we do have is Scottish beer taking advantage of tequila casks from Mexican liquor producers, which is as Canadian as fuck as far as I can see. So there you go. What does it taste like? Well, it mentions hints of lime and grapefruit. I think that's accurate. Does it taste of tequila? It does a little bit taste of tequila. Yeah, brewed in Canada under license by Edinburgh. What else can I say about it? 5.1%, so it's not a heavy hitter or anything. But it's a flavorful sort of for a lighter beer. Now it calls it a blonde, so I'm assuming that means that it's a blonde ale, and so that this would be. Let's see here. Doesn't have a lot of additional information about that, but yeah. So what we have is a light citrusy blonde ale with a hint of tequila, which I am now going to see what happens if I add even more tequila, because I can.
Ooh, we're getting all sciencey here.
He's
What happens
gone,
when I
he's gone
put-
all serious.
All right. let's-
It's for science, kids.
Yeah. No, this is real science. Not that bullshit that they show you on television. This is real science.
Right.
So here we go. We're going to take tequila
We're just gonna titrate a little bit
and put it in a tequila flavored beer and see how that goes. There we go.
give that a bit of a swirl.
I've occasionally heard people refer to this as a mocktail. I like.
For the record, because this is scientific.
Oh shit! Yeah.
How much tequila did you put in?
A swig.
A swig. Okay.
Yeah, one swig.
Okay. I think we can record that. You got your
Put
clipboard.
that, we're our control group over here. We need to drink straight tequila. We can't have the beer part. That's how it is.
Well, and that of course is the all important control, because when you have variables that are changing, you also need to have a control, which is a variable that stays the same. So let's have some just straight up tequila. So that's tequila. And that is very nice.
Huh?
Rock and roll.
Can I make a confession?
Yes.
I've never had tequila.
Seriously.
Seriously.
There
Never
are some,
have had.
Why?
There are some tequilas that are really nice, and there's some that are incredibly atrocious. Not my
I can
favorite
only
alcohol.
look as somebody who can only afford the atrocious ones. I happen to love those.
Yeah.
Oh my God, Sauza, yeah, like it's not high end tequila by anybody's reckoning, but is it perfectly good at doing what tequila does? Hell yeah.
Okay.
The thing about tequila that not everybody realizes it until they've gone down the tequila road is that agave has properties that I don't know if it's I don't think it's just straight up garden variety caffeine, but there are botanical properties of agave that are a stimulant. And so the dangerous part of tequila is that, unlike other alcohol, it doesn't tend to make you tired.
Right.
And so one of the saving graces of, say, something like gin or whiskey is that after a certain point, you'll just pass out and fall asleep instead of continuing to drink. Whereas tequila, you won't pass out or fall asleep, so you might continue to drink, and that's it's got its own dangers involved. So there you are.
Okay, well, that's interesting.
Yeah. Mm. You're pulling an all-nighter. You really want to get fucking loaded.
Yeah.
But it'd be like party mood loaded. It's not.
Right.
It's not. I need to get some rest kind of loaded. No. It's like
Right.
if there's dancing and girls and running around and maybe even a fist fight, tequila is your drink.
Okay.
Right.
Yeah, I think a reason why I haven't had it before is because I met my wife actually when we were pretty young, and she hates tequila.
Oh, okay. Well,
So
there you
had
go.
it,
That
you never bought it.
And she can't. She actually doesn't drink it because she did drink it at one point and drank way too much of it and got really sick.
like I
And-
said,
Yeah.
dangerous
And
that
she
way.
can't. She can't stomach it. Since so because she doesn't have it, I don't have it. So.
BC's. So this is a story from many years ago. Probably, I want to say mid 90s, 95, 96, somewhere in there. I went to a retreat on one of the islands, Galliano, whatever it was. And I went there and I brought a 2-liter bottle of blackberry cider or blackberry flavored cider from BC, whatever they're called, the one that we see all the time. And my intention was not to drink all of it, which I ended up doing. So I can't ever drink that again. Like, it was gross. But I mixed it with some whiskey of some kind.
Oh dear, you mixed
that's when I
a
fell off the
2-liter
BC
bottle-
ferry dock.
2-liter
What?
On an
bottle.
island. I was on,
You fell off the dock.
and I promptly I fell off the dock. It was low tide, so you could actually touch the bottom. And I then walked back to shore, and then I grabbed the rocks, and I have scars on my right hand of where I grabbed all the barnacles and stuff. And then promptly went back to the community center we were staying. But apparently I fell down and stopped moving in the middle of the road. And so people dragged me back to the community place. But to this day, I will never drink that blackberry flavored cider ever again. So, yeah, it was.
I
think
feel
about it.
almost certain that I know the one.
Murs is here. It's been a while, man. Where have
Hey,
you been?
Murs.
Yeah, I mean, that was a very long time ago, and I just let loose that night for whatever reason. Of course, then I made my way to the bathroom about 2 or 3 hours. Did that thing where you're asleep, that you pass out,
Yeah.
and then you wake up and you're like robotic. I'm about to throw up. So, robotic to the bathroom, and I fell asleep with, oh, gross. It's horrible. Anyway.
The last time I kind of felt that way was maybe 3 years ago, or maybe actually it was more than that. Well, we went to Beer Fest,
Yes.
and but you know what? I didn't really have all that much beer. I probably had about 10.
Sorry, Thetis Island. That's right. That's where it was. Thetis Island.
Okay. I probably had about 10 little tasters. And these are little 4-ounce tasters that you get. And I had about 10 of them. So, I mean, that's still 40 ounces. That's kind of a lot. But not enough to make you sick. And then I realized
I've never told
after
you. Bizarre.
it was that it was the fat burger that we had beforehand, because you weren't feeling well either, and we think that was kind of like maybe iffy.
If you meet.
Iffy.
Yeah. Could be.
Yeah.
Look,
That is the
the
worst
problem.
part.
The problem with the fat burger is if it's fat, then it might be also undercooked.
Yes, this is true. I mean, it is a fast food chain, which generally is okay, but you get the odd lazy person. I remember working in the rec center, and I showed up for my shift, and the person that was leaving, who was ending their shift, wanted to do a final order. And I said, no, I can do it. I can cook the chicken burger, whatever it was. Yeah, it was a chicken burger. And they said, no, I'll do it right now. I'll do it real fast, then I'll leave. Like, okay, great. So they did, and then they gave it to the customer. And then they came to the till. They're like, "This is not even cooked all the way through." And sure enough, it was still frozen in the middle. So I said, "I'm going to give you your money back, and I will give you whatever you want because that's unacceptable. It's just not cool." So they went for burger after that. But
Cool.
those are the days.
You
What's
you
this
ready
other-
for beer
what's
number two?
What beer? What beer? Yeah,
Okay, so yeah, because we're splitting beers, we're gonna have two. So
This one I love.
this one's from Bridge Brewing, which is also in North Vancouver. It is their Cream of the Crop Cream Ale, and there is the can there with a picture of Randy Macho Man Savage on it.
Oh, right. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, the cream of the crop. Yeah. And there's a little thing on the back here, and you got to read it in the voice of
You do a better voice. than I
Macho
do.
Man. Oh yeah, brother. This. Okay, I gotta take off the glasses because I'm old. Oh yeah, brother. This cream ale's a champion of brews. Dig it. Smooth as a suplex, as refreshing as a body slam. Oh yeah, and bold as a wrestler's entrance. Too hot to handle, too cold to hold. With every sip, taste the madness, feel the power, and raise your glass to the cream of the crop. Yeah.
That was well done.
Randy Macho Man Savage. Very good. Very good. Very good.
God, I love that guy.
You know, I gotta say that I think all, or the vast majority of the classic wrestlers that we grew up with are all gone now. I think there's like Jake the Snake is still alive.
Yeah.
Mainly because I watched his live stream on his Instagram account completely by accident. I don't know, like a week or so ago, and he was watching a parade or something in somewhere in Texas, and he was like recording it. Like, oh, look how cool that is! But I think for the vast majority, I would say the all the classics are gone. Like all of the really, Hulk Hogan, of course, has passed away. Like
Well, Hacksaw Jim Duggan's still alive.
Hacksaw's still alive.
He is. He actually posts a lot on social media.
Jesus. All right, let's try this one.
Okay. Clinky, clinky.
Yeah, I'm kind of thinking through the ones that I would note as
I'm going to look at the ingredient list here.
Andre.
If they have it, they do not. North
The
Shore
Hart
Water and
Foundation.
Malt.
Are any of the Hart Foundations still alive?
Well, Bret Hart's still alive. Jim Neidhart is not.
So Bret Hart is still alive. I thought Bret Hart.
Yeah.
I thought we lost Bret. Okay. Oh,
No,
well, that's good.
that
Look,
was Bret's brother who died. Owen.
Well, I remember his brother died in very tragic circumstances,
Yes.
like while performing, right?
Yeah.
Whereas, I had assumed just because of the level of attrition that's gone on that Bret was gone as well. But no, if he's still alive, that's wonderful news. But did one of the British Bulldogs pass?
I think they both have.
I think they're
Both have.
gone.
Okay. And then we've got. Let me see. Iron Sheik.
Gone.
Yeah. What about?
But
Oh,
Iron
dear.
Sheik, I think he only died a couple of years ago.
Huh? Yeah. I could easy be. He was another Calgary guy.
Oh, was he?
Mm.
Nikolai Volkov, he's gone. Sergeant Slaughter's still around. Jimmy Hart's still around.
Andre's gone. Is Ric Flair still alive?
I think so.
Is he really? Oh God, he is too. He is now 76.
I
Undertaker?
watched They Live a couple of weeks ago with some friends.
Bret Hart, here he is.
It was nice to see
He's still around.
Rowdy Roddy doing his thing.
Ricky's
Yeah.
still
I mean,
alive.
he's gone.
Ricky is still
Yep.
alive.
I think the ones that are still around.
What about Jesse the Body Ventura?
Yeah, he's still
Isn't he
around.
like a senator or something? Or?
He was. He's not anymore, I don't think. But he's still around.
Who else is here? Oh, there's Jake. He's still around. Randy Orton.
Brock
Brock,
Lesnar is still around.
Is Ultimate
Ultimate Warrior's gone.
He died, yeah.
Rick Rude's gone.
Oh, is
Whatever
Rick Rude
happened to
gone?
Bam Bam
Oh,
Bigelow?
Bam Bam Bigelow.
Oh, God, he died in 99. Holy hell.
Bam
Bam
Bam,
Bam?
I want to say is gone, but
Yeah.
I don't know. Look up Bam Bam Bigelow.
Bam Bam Bigelow. He is dead.
Yeah, he died
Oh,
in
wow.
2007.
Oh, wow.
Hmm.
I don't know. I guess most of the wrestlers that I would know are the ones who were, of course, from the mid 80s.
Well, I think I read
early
somewhere that all of the wrestlers who were in main events of WrestleMania through WrestleMania 4 are all gone now,
Oh, wow.
with the exception of Mr. T. Because Mr. T
Oh,
was
that's
part
right. He
of
did the
main
boxing
events.
match with.
But he wasn't really technically a wrestler.
Yeah. I was watching an interview with Hulk Hogan a little while ago about some of the WrestleMania stuff and where he was doing fights with boxers. And he was able to show them that it looks like I'm about to haul off and punch you in the face. And it's like, oh, I didn't actually feel anything because I pulled it at the very, last second and I brushed by you. But people looking on TV and in the audience, they're never going to know.
It looks, it looks like you just bashed somebody in the face, but you actually just did something that convincingly played the effect. Didn't really actually hurt the other guy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Having said that, there was a lot of stuff that happened in the ring that was real. Like if you got hit over the
Primarily
head
WrestleMania,
with a steel chair,
Look,
you got hit over the head with a steel chair.
Yeah. The fact of the matter is, part of the trick is that it's not it's not that it isn't violent. It's just that the violence is done
Controlled.
in a controlled way.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's still pretty rough, and you still get hurt.
Yeah. It's kind of like when we used to do improv comedy. It's like, it's improv. It's fly by the seat of your pants. And no, you don't know what's going to happen. But it's like a controlled chaos. It's sort of like,
there are techniques to make sure that it doesn't end up in a something that would. You could say a lot of things in improv that could potentially hurt people's feelings.
Yeah.
But if everybody understands the rules and the terms of engagement, then that gets, avoided, and the audience still gets the thrill of seeing something that's surprising. And, oh my God, they did what? They said what? What?
Mm-hmm.
Right?
That is true. And I blame you for my entire career in improv.
Really?
Well, yeah, the only reason I started looking at improv was because Locke was in town. And back in 91, I think you were here from Calgary at that point, or maybe university.
Look, the man who invented it,
Keith Johnstone.
Yeah.
Keith Johnston,
And he was like,
Well,
we should go
he
see
did
some
theater
improv.
sports.
was a long-term Calgarian. Born in
went
England,
to,
of course.
From
Belfry.
he was part of Loose Moose.
He started Loose Moose, yes.
Yeah.
And I both was a regular at Loose Moose and took classes there, and had Keith Johnston as a acting professor at the University of Calgary. So like I got a lot of training from that guy, and holy shit. I mean, for the period of time where he was doing what he was doing, this was all stuff that social scientists are now starting to delve into and going, oh, wow, there's this guy called, anyway, it's an area of it's kind of a very focused point where the sort of line between Shakespeare's observation that the world is a stage and actual stagecraft goes on, right?
Right.
And so it's for people who, for example, public speak for a living. There's a lot of very, very valuable lessons to be learned from that kind of improvisation. For that matter, for actors who do screen acting, the ability to go off script meaningfully, God, how valuable is that, right? Like,
Oh, totally.
yeah. So,
Yeah. So apparently Keith Johnstone, he died a few years ago.
mm,
I only know that because I was looking him up,
hmm.
maybe last year or something, and
what
yeah,
what what
he
year?
died. Huh?
Oh, terrible.
What year?
2023.
Yeah, yeah. Of course, he was 90.
No,
Yeah.
he wasn't.
Died at the age of 90. That's how old he was. Wow.
Oh, he was 90.
Yeah.
I thought he was like a lot younger than that.
No. That all of that tracks. Like his stories. When I was taking his classes in the early '90s, were about stuff
Wow.
that went on. In the '60s, where he was clearly already an adult.
Right.
Yeah, no, all of that tracks. Yeah, but the man was hilarious, but also wildly politically incorrect.
Oh, well, yeah.
But
Well,
that's part of you need to be if you're going to be an improviser.
I think so.
Yeah, I
You
mean,
can't be afraid to offend people.
I think
Yeah,
I think
eat
there's
my
there's
butt.
there is something tragically wrong when people are afraid to speak or communicate. That is a sign that things have gone very, very wrong. Because if there's
Yep.
one thing that speaking and communicating gives us, it's the license to live in advance, to try stuff out before we actually do it, and to make mistakes that aren't necessarily fatal. When people treat saying something as harmful as doing something, they've killed that, and they've removed the possibility that people can effectively make um, decisions based on having experimented a little bit with what would the results be. Um, and so as a result, you get people in this day and age, and I think I'm not going to point to anything in particular, but I think it's a syndrome. There's a lot of people who speak with authority when they have none. Because they hope that that the long-term consequences are never going to get to them, because their whole picture of the world is no more than 2 years out because of the technological shrinkage. But the importance of being able to make mistakes in public and then change your mind is what civil society is really all about. And if people can't do that, if you say something wrong and now you're done, what's as bad as real life? Like that, fuck that. You know what I mean?
Yeah. We're too scrutinized. And I don't mean us as in us personally, but like as
Yeah. People generally nowadays. I've been looking at the growingly apparent statistics involving youth unhappiness, and I would have said as a Gen Xer that we were pretty cynical growing up, but looking at the level of just reported raw despair by the generations below us, I don't know what could trigger that level of despair except the possibility that you can't even talk about it. You're not even allowed to talk about it.
Yeah.
That's sufficiently dystopic that I guess I can see where they might be coming from, but
it stifles individual thought.
and here's the fucked up thing is with communication technology that is so powerful that we can spit shit out every second of our lives and have it reach a potentially, enormous number of listeners, coincides with a period where everybody's scared to say anything, and yet what is getting said is generally shitty to the fucking max.
Yeah. Now, having said that, there are people out there who can abuse the idea of, forming their own thoughts and then spreading it out to the public to create an ideology.
Sure, there's ideologues out there.
Which actually is a huge danger now with the prevalence of social media. Like anybody can create something, create a following from it, whether it's good or not.
Yeah. So we've all heard of the incels. Would be like a poster child for that fucking syndrome.
Well, I'm thinking, who's that guy in the States? He was like not Rush Limbaugh, but he does this stuff online, and he was, what's that guy's name? He's like bald, and every time he talks, his face turns red, and
I don't know. But is this?
I think his last name is Jones. Anyway,
is this the one that lost his lawsuit?
Yes. Yes.
Yeah, that one. Yeah, I know. I know who you mean. I don't remember his name, and I'm not about to try to remember it because I prefer to forget people like that. But go on.
But I mean, there's lots of people out there that are like that who will say things just to get views. And I'm assuming that's what this guy's doing. He's just saying stuff that's provocative to get the views because then he gets money.
To be fair, which is what the market, incentivizes.
Yeah. Oh, absolutely.
That is true.
Yeah.
But I don't think he means half the stuff that he says. But there is that danger now where you can, do we encourage people to form their own individual thoughts and express those thoughts without fear of reprisal from the general public to just cancel you completely, that you have the ability to learn and grow from that point, or and then accept the fact that we're gonna get dickheads like the that guy that I'm talking about who can just spew whatever they want to try to create a following and profit off of it.
Yeah. Actually, Joe Rogan's had that problem a few times, that he's acknowledged that his initial reaction to stating something and then having people react to it in a way that was not necessarily very positive, his initial reaction was, wow, screw them, they're their own people, blah, 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 blah. But then later on, he actually said, you know what, I realize now that my platform is sizable enough and there are a wide breadth of individuals that listen or watch his show that might not have the capacity to actually make rational decisions based on things he says.
Yeah.
So he still, I think, he still thinks that he shouldn't be held responsible for their behavior, which I agree with. But at the same time, there is some culpability there as well. When you say something like it's making the frogs gay.
Is that an indictment of Joe Rogan, or is that an indictment of the education system that allows these?
I think it's an indictment, not of necessarily sorry, I just pulled your. Sorry. An indictment of the educational system, because I think the people, even if they're highly educated, can still do some crazy shit. But I think it's an indictment of the medium that there's that what do they call it, the parasocial relationship that you don't necessarily have with. I mean, it happens, but I don't think to the degree it happens in mainstream media. Like you might think that you're in love with, I don't know, Gwyneth Paltrow or something, or insert famous person name here.
Why Gwyneth Paltrow?
I randomly chose her. Probably says something about my psychosis.
Probably.
But I think you have that more that increases when I think that the individual that you're imprinting upon, or whatever you want to call it, might be a smaller creator. So I don't know, somebody like Billie Eilish prior to her fame, or insert video game YouTube personality. You have a lot of those situations where, because I think the perception is that if you are a fan of them, you're a little more accessible. And the reason I point out Billie Eilish is that at the beginning of her career, she used to hug random strangers that were her fans that would come to see her shows. Where every security person on the planet has a heart attack when they see that kind of stuff happening, because suddenly the person is the celebrity, or what do you want to call them, is up close and personal right next to somebody, which generally speaking is probably fine. But then you have other situations where YouTube creators
you don't know
get shot in a mall because somebody decides they're in love with them, and they're going to have to kill the person because they won't allow, whatever crazy shit goes on in their heads. So
I'm excited to learn Billie Eilish is not a dude.
Is not a dude?
I've heard of Billie Eilish.
I'm only picking on that individual because
I always assumed that he was some indie rock guy that I probably don't want to listen to. Who the fuck is Billie Eilish?
Well, I only pick on her because I was one of the people that watched her career kind of go from nothing to something. And at the time, I was writing a book about live streaming and that kind of stuff. So I was really diving into that realm of that relationship between the audience and the creator. And there's definitely a dividing line between Will Smith, or sorry, not Will Smith. Chris Rock could be smacked by Will Smith, but couldn't be smacked by Joe Smith off the road. So, or off the sidewalk, like that kind of differentiating line where it would be very rare for a celebrity to have that level of access to the audience. The audience would be kept at arm's length because the security people they hire would know that there will eventually be somebody who's not well balanced who would get involved in a way that's not appropriate. But a lot of YouTube level celebrities don't have that level of they don't consider themselves to be celebrities, but they still have the big celebrity issues of crazy people essentially doing.
Well, we deal with that all the time.
Well, I mean, the security detail we've got in your living room right now there's like 7 dudes in there.
Yeah.
By the way, thank you, Bubbles. Cobra Bubbles is my favorite guy. He's the biggest security guy ever.
Yeah.
And he's terrifying.
Yeah.
But I always ask him, have you ever killed anyone? He's like, I'm not responding.
That's classified.
But yeah, I mean, it's a real problem because I think the level of, I mean, there have been some arguments of are people getting crazier, but I don't buy that. I don't think that's actually the truth. I just think it's
I'm
all
getting
about
crazier.
access, and you know, there's only so many Lee Harvey Oswalds compared to back then to the multitudes that are out now. I mean, that the dude that tried to shoot Trump. I mean, he was a not necessarily well balanced goofball.
I don't believe for a second that anybody tried to shoot Trump. That's a
Yeah,
fucking
I'm
No.
kind of
bullshit,
leaning
bullshit
towards that
call.
as well.
Yeah. I don't buy that for a second. As somebody that in math class used to go like that and then run out of the room, and go, oh, nosebleed. Yeah, fine. Yeah, sure. Yeah, you died. Oh, it grazed your ear. Yeah, sure.
There's no scar, apparently. This is what people
I
say.
thought he had a thing with his ear thing. Like a photograph of his ear post being shot at.
Oh, I don't know.
I mean,
Well, okay, let's look at
the
the facts.
various things that you can fake in the world. Was all of that fakeable? Yes.
tonight, boys.
Yes.
But no, seriously, on the day that it happened, there was multiple people that were present at the event who noticed the guy up on the roof with a gun, told people about it, like security people about it. Nobody did anything about it until he started shooting. That doesn't strike anyone as being a bit weird.
Well, it wouldn't be weird if you were faking an attack on your life to try to
Exactly.
gain sympathy, which then, frankly, he dropped immediately afterwards. Which, if somebody had threatened my life, would seem weird. Fuck, I mean, we're talking about a country where they had an actor for a president, while the head of their fucking secret police was the vice president. I mean, and then the head of the secret police became president himself, and then his son did.
Yeah. Right.
Fuck. I mean, yeah, sure, yeah. Oh no, free and fair, whatever.
So apparently, all this stuff in the news is right because I don't know all that much about it, but apparently Trump has had this big bruise on the back of his hand, and now people are saying he hasn't been seen in public in a few days.
A photograph was posted of him playing golf in Scotland today.
Okay, so apparently
dead,
though, that photo is from June.
Oh, then I guess he's dead. Or a zombie.
Or yeah, I don't know.
Or he's got some weird habit whereby he abuses his hand.
Or maybe he's a Romulan that's infiltrated.
Or a Ferengi.
Infiltrated.
He's more of a Ferengi.
He's a
though.
Ferengi that's or Klingon that has been
Look,
surgically
the truth is,
altered.
I don't really have anything that wrong with Donald Trump, except for the fact that he's a cunt and not a friend to Canada. But I do have a problem with the sycophants who kiss his ass. Like for the man who's acting like a dick to go around acting like a dick. Well, sure, but I mean, I might do that. I won't say that I never would. But the sort of man that kisses the ass of a man like that, what the fuck? Seriously, where are your nuts?
Well, are you talking about kissing the ass of the orange Cheeto?
Yeah.
Do you really think that people are kissing his ass?
Yes.
Or most likely... No. There's a difference between
Yankety
kissing
Boo sure
ass
as fuck
and
are.
manipulating. Because I think if you're in his inner circle, it would be very easy to manipulate him just because of who he is and how he thinks. So if you became an individual that was in his cabinet or whatever...
Okay.
But I
that's
think it goes both ways.
plausible.
You think so?
Yes.
I could see them being like... "Psst, psst, 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 psst," and him turning around going... Well, let me tell you about the thought I just thought. I don't know. I think
True.
there's definitely some of that.
So you think that he's the puppet, and not the other way around?
You know about the.
I'm not saying he's a puppet. I'm just saying that he'd be easy to manipulate just because of his personality.
You know about the taco
I mean, I can't
trade.
say what his personality is other than egomaniac, but you know, you hang out with somebody long enough and you know which buttons to push. Be like, well, I want him to do this, so therefore, what's that, Mister So and So with money? Yes, you'd like him to do what, so that we can get more tax breaks? Awesome. Hey, you know what, Mr. Trump? Blah 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 blah. And then suddenly, you know, the guy, you know, with the order gets what he wants.
Right.
If they just massage him the right way. I mean, it probably works for everybody, of course, but I'm saying he's on a kind of a different level and in a very large, you know, he's the most powerful man on the planet right now.
Right.
Who wants to be king? He hates the monarchy, but he wants to be a king.
But okay, you're confused. First of all, I don't think he's the most powerful man on the planet right now. He's
If he's not, then who is?
That's an interesting
Isn't it,
question.
what do they refer to the president? The most powerful individual in the free world. That's what they say.
Yeah, I disagree. First of all, I don't. I mean, there's nothing free about the United States. Second of all, I don't think that power is a funny and not necessarily one-sided issue. There's all kinds of things that amount to power. Influence is one of them. All I'm saying is, it depends on what you're using your power for, as to whether or not it's likely to happen. If you're, I mean, the ability to exercise authority, again, it's not strictly the same as power. Authority does certain things. It pulls certain levers. It doesn't necessarily result in controllable outcomes. And I think that's sort of, when I think of power, I think of controllable outcomes. And right now, I do not see somebody in control of outcomes when I look at that fucking situation. Do you? Stirring the pot, yes. And frankly, I'm open to the idea that that's a valuable service. Not the same thing as power, as such.
All right, Alan, I need you to run for Prime Minister.
No.
No. Just like your... No, not happening.
No. Not even civic politics. No.
No, God, no.
God.
Here's a question. Do you think Mark Carney has as much power today as Prime Minister of Canada as he did when he was the head of the Bank of England?
That's a very good question.
Well, I'm going to say it's a different kind of power.
Yes! I think what I was driving at.
Yeah.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. Yes, I think he has as much power now. It's just a different type.
Okay.
We're out of beer.
Yeah, we are.
Are you out of beer?
No. I'm well stocked. I came up here the fucking weekend. Of course I've got beer.
Well, on that note, boys and girls, we're in here being out of beer. We're in here being out of beer? I don't know what I'm trying to say.
They're in Victoria and they're out of beer.
But it's also very late where Locke is, so I think it's time
Which is to
for
say
us
that
call it a
I
day.
am getting up in the morning and going fucking swimming in a lake so big that it's basically like a non-salty ocean.
Nice. Don't drown.
Well, maybe not an ocean, maybe a sea, but...
Nice.
Right.
But we'll see you all next week. Don't forget to subscribe and share and do whatever you want. We don't really care. But we'll see you then. You're amazing. Thanks for watching, and we'll Alan, next week we'll get naked.
No, that won't.
No. That'll be my
definitely
god.
won't happen. Bye, everyone. Thanks, Locke. See you later. Bye.